Oh, we're not picking this up. Are we full? This. There we go. Oh god, it gets so dark so quick. Jesus. We'll just get as much as we can carry them. Why not? I just finished Cohh's Days Gone, 88 episodes, binged it in 3 days. Nice, dude. It's a great game. Great game. I really hope one day we're gonna get a second one, but the Days Gone devs keep shooting themselves in the damn foot. Oh my god, dude. They say some of the dumbest stuff. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say the devs. Ben Studios is the devs. They're okay. Some of the people that worked on Days Gone said some stupid stuff. But I don't think they're with the studio anymore. So I should have said the Days Gone, the devs of Days Gone, not Ben Studios. The studios that made Days Gone. That's just confusing. I don't think it works there anymore, which is good. For them, that is. What happened to the space game Cohh played a few days ago where he blew up the moon? Oh, that's Ixion. I played that game for a while. I mean, I may go back to it, but that game was fun. That game is cool. It's like Frostpunk in space. Yeah. Useful J. Yeah, those comments were just there was a lot of lack of self-awareness in those comments. Playing Ixion right now and it's a blast. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Let's drop this. Decadent Austerity says, what happened? The previous dev of Days Gone, a previous dev of Days Gone, I think it was like the director or something, said in an interview, in all seriousness, that one of the main reasons that Days Gone was not a win was because of the woke media and people not being able to put up with a white man that was an alpha as a lead. That's why my game didn't succeed. Had nothing to do with the fact that it took 7 hours to get started. Nope. Nothing to do with that. Yeah, he literally said he blamed like the woke people. It's like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, you know, think what you want about that stuff, but to use that as an excuse, really? Really? Like, bro, your game had problems. I loved the game, and one of the first things I'll say is it had problems. I seriously was this close to quitting the game. Like, my lord. And a lot of devs are not, or a lot of gamers are not nearly as patient as I am. Did he say it with that accent? He probably did. He thought it in that accent. He may have not said it in that accent, but he certainly thought it in that accent. Yep. What was the problem in Days Gone? The problem with Days Gone is it took a huge amount of time to get started. It had nothing to do with the fact that there was a strong white male lead that was, you know, that loved his white girlfriend. That has nothing to do with it, man. That's not, like, to say that's why a game would fail, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's insane. The reason that game didn't do well is because critic after critic after critic was like, the beginning of this game sucks. And a lot of people can't get over the fact that the beginning of the game sucks. So it's like, you know, that's why your game was not critically well received. It's nothing to like it. Like, what kind of mental gymnastics do you got to go through to I don't know. I mean, in his mind, that must mean that all games with white males and with that then have a white significant other are at a disadvantage. It's like, are you a part of this world? Like, what? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I can just imagine him, right? Don't get me started on that Mario and Peach. I'm surprised anyone buy that anymore. So angry. Look at that. Bone mass spirit lives in me. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. But still, it was a ridiculous. It was such a ridiculous comment. It was so ridiculous. And it's unfortunate because like those kind of comments, like they stain such an already troubled franchise that should have done so much better, you know, but had problems. Gabe Reeve, thank you so much for the 45 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. You sound like an NPC in High on Life. Oh man. Ridiculous. Is it really a franchise if there's only one game? Well, I should have said IP. You're right. It's not really a franchise when there's only one game. I should have said IP. Intellectual property. Vegas Artist says, Days Gone with you was awesome. I appreciate it, man. I loved playing it with you guys. Days Gone to this day is still one of my favorite zombie games, like, period. Yep. I loved it. I loved it. Had a great time, had great characters. It was a fun take on the zombie genre. Once I got used to the motorcycle riding and stuff, loved that. There's a lot of really good things to like about that game. They just did a great job with. Okay. Making pretty good progress here. So we got about 20 more on the way. Let's go back and check this real quick. West Farm. Dune Alien. Tell me something. Did you just get here a second ago? Like a couple minutes ago? Did you just join the stream a couple minutes ago, Dune Alien? You did. You just got here. I said Days Gone, and you know what Dune Alien said? Is that the game with the crazy director? That's what I'm talking about. That's why it's so unfortunate. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Precisely. Is that the game with the crazy director? Yes. Yes, it is. Ah, poor game. All right, sigh. Big sigh. Will Pog with the 42 months. I agree. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Hey, Rook, what's up, dude? Hi, Nights. Deontay says the Cyberpunk playthrough is fire. Thank you. I cannot wait to play that game again. Yep. I cannot wait to play Cyberpunk again. I'm really looking forward to doing it. Glad you enjoyed our run. Okay. Let's make some magic. 4 freeze lands, refine Eater, and Yggdrasil. This is the first time I've ever made this. It's exciting. Oh, thank you, Alpha 2 Omega. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to return to it, to be honest, as full disclosure, but I appreciate you watching it, man. Okay. Oh, so I don't get any Aether normal. Interesting. Okay. I thought I got some. Now, does the armor give us some? Oh, the armor only gives regen. Huh. Okay. so I guess we need food. Blood pot, turnip, and mage cap. God, that is so disgusting. It seriously makes me like... Will Pog, love you guys and all you do. Cohh, you're all right. Will Pog with a $50 tip to the mod team. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much. Hey, Marissa. Ooh, decadent. Playing Stellaris as a Space Norse trade empire while listening to Cohh. Nice. That sounds fun. Sounds very fun. Space Norse trade empire. All right, try some cooked magic mushrooms. Am I about to start tripping? Wait a second. Does the smoke up in the ceiling? Do you have a chimney? I have split ceilings. So the whole top of the roof kind of acts as a chimney. Cool. Okay. Now, what is some other magic food we could make? Yggdrasil porridge. Takes raw barley and royal jelly. Seeker aspen. Oh man. Okay. There's not a whole lot that... Not a whole lot we can do to add to Aether, is there? I don't really like stuff that uses royal jelly. Or sap. Maybe if we get enough regen with our armor. Gruff Guff, you have to see on the Game of the Year show this year. Yeah. Any big playthroughs planned in the near future? We're starting Crisis Core tomorrow, but that won't be too long if it's the same distance or same length as the PSP version. Any big playthroughs coming up? We're gonna be doing a Dead Space franchise playthrough when that comes out. I think it's January, right? Armored Core. I can't wait. We got a lot of big playthroughs coming up next year. Yeah. Oh, Origami. We call that person fragile. Yeah, they're fragile. Yep. Very fragile. Yeah, next year is going to be very packed. What do you do with your refiner since it destroys things? I put it outside and then built an actual wall of land around it. Yep. What are the plans for Christmas and New Year days? New Year's is going to be probably mostly going to be pretty normal, except, you know, half days here and there as I do holiday stuff. I don't really take days off for the holidays. But I generally take half days, you know, to spend with my family and stuff. Don't take too many full days off, if any. All right, we'll make one of these. Let's do the secret aspect. Oh, it makes 2 as well. The queen tonight? No. Stone says, wouldn't mind you taking a full day off. You deserve it. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Nice of you to say. Nice of you to say. Okay, here. It's here. We gotta get, I think, a lot more Yggdrasil stuff. We also gotta go do our mushroom. Yeah, I very rarely do full days off. In the last almost 10 years, I have taken less than 10 full days off. Yeah. I've taken a bunch of half days. Especially, I mean, these days I take multiple half days a week, pretty much. But you know, full days off are very rare for me. Not really how I work. Oh, but yeah, these days I take pretty much every Saturday. I take a half day. Probably gonna add another half day to my like a weekly half day at some point in the near future. That's the beautiful thing, man. When your job is your hobby, you know. I mean, again, I don't get me wrong. Streaming is the hardest I've ever worked at anything in my life overall, but it's still my favorite thing to do. It's still my hobby. Like, you know, it's what I do. Autoweed says, I mean, we love seeing you, but how do you manage that with a family? That's so much time. That's why every day I'm off at 4, so I can spend like a solid 2 to 3 hours with them in the afternoon. Saturdays, I take a half day and we always go out and do family stuff. In the mornings, my whole family gets up early, so I'm with them a couple hours every morning. These days, my oldest and second oldest are at school throughout the days at work, or throughout the days during the week. So, you know, I get like a solid, like 4 to 5 hours with my kids pretty much every day. And then on the weekends with my half day, we, you know, go out and do stuff. We go get ice cream. We go to like local places all the time. I take days off on Sunday, or I take days off during the week, half days on the week a lot of times, and we'll do stuff with them then. So yeah, I mean, I even though I work, the thing is what I've decided to do is I've decided to structure my life around work and family. What that means is I don't have a social life. That is a sacrifice I make to do what I do. So yeah, I have a lot of time for my family, and I have a lot of time with you guys working, but I don't have any time for anything else. So, and that's, you know, honestly, like as a somewhat, I'm not, the word is not antisocial, but as somebody who has always been, you know, just fine with me and my close loved ones. Like, that's not something I need in my life. That's not something I really honestly desire in my life. So yeah, I'm an introvert. At the end of the day, I'm an introvert. A lot of people don't think I am, but I'm a very introverted person. So I don't need, you know, instead, if I going into big social environments don't give me energy. It drains my energy. It takes my energy. So unlike streaming and stuff, which this is the opposite. I can be dragging ass in the morning, and then I can get on and start hanging out with you guys, and you guys get me amped up or wake me up, or we talk about things that interest me, or we talk about things that are exciting. So it's like that, you know, it's a completely different feeling. So it's it's a selfish thing. Say this right now. It's a selfish thing. But you put me in a situation where I'm surrounded by people and none of them are talking about anything that interests me. I zone out. I become unresponsive. I don't engage. I just like, it's, you know, I can do it. Don't get me wrong. I can do it, but I'm not the kind of person that thrives in that environment. It's just not me. It's just not what I do. It's not what I do for fun. It's not what I do for fun. So, yeah. So going back to the whole reason I'm talking about this is, that's how I do what I do as much as I do. Because I'm with my family, and when I'm not with my family, I'm streaming. When I'm not streaming, I'm with my family. So, and it works for us. It wouldn't work for everybody. And it honestly took me years to find the balance that I have. And it's something I'm still doing. My work-life balance is not perfect. And it's something that I'm constantly trying to get better at doing. Even 10 years later, it is an evolving journey. But, you know, it's one that I'm comfortable working on. So there's that. I have no idea how to respond to people with stuff that I don't care for. I mean, it's the thing. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's weird. That's the difference between a social and non-social person. Like, you know, there are people that genuinely find it interesting and fun to talk to people about what they're interested in. Their personal interest is other people's interests. That is like that is the definition of like a social person. They're interested in what you're interested in. And that's awesome. I kind of wish I was like that, because I mean that's what a social butterfly is. They get energy by listening people talk about what they're interested in. And that's great. Like, that's super cool. That's the definition of a social person. But then there's other people like me where it's not that I don't like you. It's not that I don't enjoy your presence and enjoy talking to you. I just don't care about the subject matter. So it's like, so I'll be with you for the first little bit of the conversation because I like you and I think you're a good person. I want to keep talking. But then as the conversation goes on, I just don't care. Like it becomes draining. I feel like I'm having to fake it. I feel like I'm having to like, oh yeah, okay, no, that's awesome, that's great, oh no, and then what did she say to him? Oh, no kidding, wow, and oh man, oh he said that, wow. Anyway, I can't. Just thinking about it stresses me out. Because when I was younger, I used to do the social thing and go to parties and do all that kind of stuff. And it took me years to kind of realize the kind of person I was and how I worked and how I functioned. And there were years when I just thought there was something like wrong. And granted, you could argue there is, but there were years when I thought there was just something wrong in what I was doing and how I interacted with people and stuff like that. It's not wrong. It's just people are built differently, man. People are built differently. You are who you are. You like what you like. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just how people are built. So, yeah. Anyway, that was a very long-winded answer to a short question. There you go. There you go. And I think we need some of this. Called aging? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I would agree. Aging can be a beautiful thing because you start realizing what's a concrete base, and you start learning like what's factual and concrete and what's not just a passing thing, which I think was one of my biggest issues growing up, because I didn't know, like, sometimes you don't know who you actually are and what's just like phase. So it's nice as you get older and you're kind of like, oh yeah, that's stuck around for 35 years now. That's probably who I am. So I'm just going to lean into that. probably how that's how that's going to happen, and I'm not going to change that. So That's who I am. Better start dealing with it. And you do. And life becomes a lot easier. And you just kind of figure out who you are and how you work.